You may be seated. Good morning. A better life, a devotional life. What does your life look like behind the scenes? I could probably look at a majority of you and tell you what your life looks like in front of everyone because we're pretty good about showing that off. But what does your life look like behind the curtain, behind the scenes, backstage? A majority of us spend the most of our time in that area. What does that look like? I used to be a part of productions that the theater company would do here at Springhouse. It used to be called Lamplighters Theater, and now it's Springhouse Theater. And I've directed a couple shows, and I have acted in a few shows, and I've had a number of directors. My most favorite director was Margaret Meek. My most favorite director was Margaret Meek. I remember Margaret would take countless hours to develop a schedule that worked around every person's individual need and availability to ensure that she was able to maximize their time during rehearsal and to cater to what their availability outside of this place would be. In addition, when you were scheduled for a rehearsal with Margaret, you rehearsed during that time. And if you didn't have rehearsal during that time, you were not scheduled to be there. She worked tirelessly to make sure that your time was valued and appreciated. And I appreciated that about her. She rarely gave notes. If you're in a show, you've been in a show before, there's times when the director needs to give you notes about things you need to change, things you need to adjust. Rarely did she do that in front of everyone. She would always find a time to get one-on-one with you and give you gentle correction or ideas or things that you would need to change. She worked very hard not to embarrass anyone. She was intentional with her use of time in that capacity. And she valued relationship. In fact, I believe the reason Margaret Meek did anything with the theater was so that she could develop a relationship with the people with whom she worked. Margaret was a great director, was somebody I would not mind doing shows for as many times as she would ask because of the way that she valued the process. What happened backstage and behind the scenes always held more significance than the performance itself. You can have an outrageously incredible show with a massive audience and incredible raving reviews and have the people who are putting it on and a part of it never want to do a show here again. Because what happens behind the scenes is oftentimes more important than what happens on the stage. And the same is true about our life.